Welcome back. This is Ingrid at WineTelligence, the smart way to learn about wine. Remember I spoke about a cup or a chalice, a mug or a jug. Does it really matter how you get the glug? Today's little episode, sub-episode on that, is called Chill Out. And the reason for that is that we asked about temperatures. Sometimes you have people serving wines that are really so over-chilled. It's like it comes out of an ice chest. Once you over-chill a wine, it loses all flavour. So don't over-chill the wines. If you're serving a sparkling wine, you may want to make sure that this is well chilled. Sparkling wines and white wines should also be chilled, but the sparkling even more chilled than you would a normal white wine. Your sweeter wines would also be well chilled. Make sure that you chill it very well. The reason for that is that your sparkling wine has the bubble that comes up to the top of the glass. If the wine is warm, first of all, when you take off the cage of the bottle, it will quite easily just kind of bubble up and you get all full of beautiful sparkling wine. However, the bubble needs to come up slowly out of the glass. Therefore, the cold temperature prevents that escape of the beautiful sparkle in your wine. So sparkling wines would be served well chilled. What about white wine? Your white wines would normally be served between 6 and 8 degrees Celsius. That's your white. If you're serving rosé wines, you would have that also slightly chilled. Rosé and light red wines would be served between 10 and about 16 degrees Celsius. Now, the question: what temperature do I serve my red wine at? You know, there is a little bit of discussion on which temperatures to serve a red wine at. So often we hear people saying, oh, I heard that you've got to serve red wines at room temperature. Well, what is room temperature? It certainly depends on where you're living. If you're living in the northern hemisphere, room temperature is very different to what it is in the southern hemisphere. For example, here in Cape Town, the current temperature is probably around 14 degrees right now, and we're in the middle of winter. So you want to make sure that, again, room temperature, what does it mean to most people? Strictly speaking, there isn't any strictly speaking on the temperatures for room temperature. Chemistry, when all our scientists will now come to the fore and say, no, but you know, scientifically room temperature is about 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, and that is true. And therefore white, or rather red wines would also be served at around that temperature. If, however, like we do here in the southern hemisphere, if you're here and it's a super hot day, the temperatures may be very warm, and you don't want to be drinking a lukewarm red wine. So my little tip for chilling a red wine, I prefer not to put it into the fridge, because you don't want to suddenly chill the wine. So for those of us who don't have those beautiful chilling machines, a simple trick is to take a cloth and dip the cloth into ice cold water and squeeze it out, and then wrap the bottle in this chilling blanket. That's what I call it, a little chilling blanket, that you wrap the bottle with that chilling blanket. It should cool the wine down just very gently, so that it will be just right when you are serving it at your dinner table. So to recap, never over chill. a wine. It destroys the flavour completely. Your white wines will be served between 6 and 8 degrees. Your sparkling wines will be chilled even more than that, round about 6 degrees. Your light red and your rosé wine can be served between 10 and 16 degrees, which is generally what we refer to as cellar temperature. And then, of course, this whole story about room temperature. Again, room temperature could be anything between about 18 degrees to 22 degrees Celsius. But if you're living in a very warm space, like South Africa in the heat of summer, you may want to use a chilling blanket. I hope that gives you some idea of what temperatures to serve your wines at. Thank you so much for watching me. I'm going to sign off now and send you my next little tip via a video. Thank you so much. Till next time, WineTelligence.co.za. Don't forget to like our Facebook page. See you then.